Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. So, you got me in the middle of finishing off a Laffy Taffy. I'll see if I can do this without being horribly rude in any way. Tonight's topic, by the way, thank you for stopping by the Thursday night Toypixx live stream. Tonight's topic, as I continue chewing the Laffy Taffy, is are indie companies the companies that are best for photogenic figures right now, as far as domestic figures are concerned? Now, I know people will argue that Jada is a domestic company. I believe they're owned by some kind of group in Germany, so I don't count them. But just so everybody knows, and yes, I finished the Laffy Taffy, Jada is making some of the most photogenic figures out there. So if you think of them as domestic, absolutely, I'll take it. But we're going to discuss if the indie companies are making the better stuff right now. We're also going to discuss how nostalgia plays into all our purchases, because I think when we look at a lot of the examples I have pulled up here, that we're all going to realize these are objectively better figures overall than what we're getting from the big players out there. Now, it's not just Hasbro and Mattel, all that I'm talking about. And I will say that Hasbro's G.I. Joe Classified team, they're doing a phenomenal job. And once extra hands are included with everybody, they're going to be one of my top lines. Again, I'll be stoked about it. But yes, we're going to talk about the indies, basically. So, with all that in mind, let me know in the comments section, anybody checking this out in the replay, what is your favorite independent action figure line right now for action figure photography? That's what I've got now. Let's go visit everybody in the chat. It's already going crazy on me. Tommy Tyner, the man cap. Sorry, that's all I got. I shouldn't do that. What's up, Tommy? Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Sci-fi, greetings and toytations, everyone. Greetings and toytations, sci-fi. Last night, Four Horsemen dropped their new pre-order wave, The Horror of Einsamal. It's made up of 7 figures and a beer tavern accessory set that includes pans and That's right, I went cops there as we're talking Four Horsemen. Sausages, this must be the season of winter and camping gear. First from the Joe Snowcat HasLab, and now this new Mythic Legions wave. The wave introduces a new character scale, Imp Scale. By the way, that Imp Scale figure is probably my favorite one in the line. Let's see, it's an imp and a gnome, male and female warriors, a polar bear mount, a new humanoid fox-like race. That thing looks rad as well. Frost orc and an ogre scale werewolf. Did I see that? I don't know. We've got Mythic Legions is called up, so don't worry. We'll be looking at them. A werewolf with armor and a giant obsidian club with a obsidian now. Obsidian. I don't know why I went with Conry. Bone Handle. You can pre-order them together or individually on their site until August 1st. If you buy all in, it's $375, which will be about 30% cheaper than retail, according to them. Street Arena. Wow, that's pretty significant. What do we have? Street Arena showed off more of their Capcom figures. Storm Arena, I'm assuming sci-fi, including a redone Sagat, Bob Saget. They got rid of that teensy-weensy ab crunch he had and gave him a waist joint. They also showed Tomahawk Charlie, a.k.a. Nash, overseas. And I'm glad they got rid of that ab crunch, honestly, because that was just a wickedly rough-looking joint. I don't know, man. Along with Lilith and Morgana from Darkstalkers. I love Jada, and we'll get Scooby-Doo and the mascot crew, but Street Arena, Storm Arena fighters blend in better with Marvel Legends for me. Tonight at midnight, that sounds special. There's going to be an extra special episode very special episode. Valiverse will have their annual 4th of July sale on all in-stock items up until 11:59 p.m. on July 4th. Blowtorch arrived yesterday, and he's a beaut. Great sculpt, colors, and accessories. I saw Blowtorch in Target the other day. I thought he looked phenomenal. Footloose is... must scroll. On the way next, and after August 15th, Dragon Man should be shipping out. Now back to you, Dave, and the major inspiration of K-pop idols everywhere, the esteemed Chat. This is fair. This is fair. I've heard that you guys have been referenced many times in K-pop. Star, what's up, man? Good to see you, sir. After reading Sci-Fi's report on the new Mythic Legions line, it's got me really missing Cosmic Legions. Anyone know both when the next CL wave will be and any updated articulation incoming? Man, I don't know either of those things. Hopefully somebody in the chat will have your back. And yes, I did order more Cosmic Legions for customizing, and no, I'm not proud of myself for doing so. I never claimed to be a giant of maturity and responsibility. That is all of us, Star. You're okay. You're okay. You're amongst your people here. So many buttons I have to push. I think what I miss most about Cosmic Legions is the, in my opinion, lost potential for amazing story. Cosmarium is a galaxy. The sheer number of potential in-depth story arcs and situations is off the charts. Man, I need to look more into Cosmic, but really that's the last thing I need to do is look into other lines. I imagine something like a newsfeed broadcast at the launch of each wave that shapes the current situations in different locations of the galaxy concerning political relations, border disputes, etc. What do you think Cosmic Legions is? The prequels? I got nothing. Broadcasts of the Sphexian refugee crisis, where the systems that have taken them in are now experiencing friction between the Sphexians refugees and the local citizenry. Sphexians are reproducing. Oh dear, but here's the thing, Star. Maybe you got a story there. Huh? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about what they've done as far as story there. Sci-Fi 5K Toys dropped about 4 new wafer. Yes, waifu characters, you are now wafers. Characters yesterday, as well as blood splatter sets in all red, green, purple, blue, and clear. Also managed to snag a Marvel Legends Banshee at my local Target. Their NECA. Why is cops in my head? We have Spaded One. What's up, sir? Confucius says, baseball is wrong. No man can walk with 4 balls. You know what? Confucius is wise. Oh, great. Googly moogly. I don't know that one. I should know that one. I feel like I definitely should know that one. Section was pretty sparse. The NECA section was pretty sparse, but they did have the Shredder as Dracula, and that's a very tempting buy, especially if you're into those Universal Monsters figures, man. You need that thing to complete it all. The Toy Odyssey. What's up, folks? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. We're going to be talking indie stuff this fine evening. Star, faster than local authorities reproduce, faster than local authorities can accommodate. Are they rabbits by any chance? Add to that the fact that the food supplies are dwindling at alarming rates and the Sphexians are encroaching into native territories. Oh man, Star. See, I think you might have the story right now. I don't know if the Cosmic guys made that up or if it's all you, but it sounds good. Toy Odyssey picked up a Mofex brown suit Wolverine. Yes, on eBay today for $100 shipped from a Japanese seller. It's a pre-order that's set to release July 30th. Toy Odyssey, man, congratulations. I've told people before that is easily the favorite Wolverine in my collection, possibly my favorite Wolverine that I've ever had. So congrats, man. That thing's incredible. And I've got right now, I have tons of Wolverines. And like the old Toy Biz 5-inch ones, I have tons of those. I have the Marvel Legends Cowboy Logan. I have the Mofex X-Force Logan or X-Force Wolverine and the brown suit Wolverine. And I think that brown suit, that thing wins. That's a great figure. There's even unverified reports of violence against the locals and some cannibalism among the Sphexians themselves. The authorities seem to be unaware or, worse yet, unconcerned about this. So wait, the Sphexians are reproducing at alarming rates and there's cannibalism. Is it possible they're simply making their own food? That is disturbing. Don't take that anywhere else. I just grossed myself out. Sci-Fi, the horror of Einsamal will feature their new 3.0 bodies with more articulation, including a torso swivel and butterfly joints. I loves me some butterfly joints. Oh, and they've already been doing like ball peg waist at the torso. So this is going to be fun. You're not anymore, Mr. Manson. You're not. My Lappy Tappy is gone. I'm here now. And thank you for stopping by, sir. I got my Mofex cane today, and who am I kidding? We're all here to talk about Mythic Legions and their hip new butterfly joints, double elbows, bicep swivels, and halflings. That's, you know what? That is much of, I think they were the first window I looked up, actually. The first one the first tab I opened was the Store Horseman. The maze has many systems actively on the road to banning Greyborns from entire systems. After the unexplained death of a political official, authorities are tying it to assassination by means of... I don't want to take that any further now, Star, after what I thought of the last point. Weaponized maze, abilities at range. That has many terrified and is blacklisting Greyborn everywhere. I need stories like this. It seems to me, Star, you got the story, man. I'd write Cosmic, right? I'd write the Horseman and be like, hey, can I come up with a story for you guys? That sounds like fun. Oh, they're on the list as well, Mr. Manson. We are there. Star, at what point does an indie company stop being an indie and becomes a regular company? 4-H doesn't feel like an indie anymore, given their success. Jada has been around for a while to be indie. See, 4-H, they're still an indie company. I would say things that aren't necessarily publicly traded go a long ways towards that. And 4 Horsemen, what they're doing really well is not having to license out a lot of stuff. So the profits, all that stuff, they're not having to worry about those costs, all that. I think 4 Horsemen definitely falls under indie. I think all these other ones, just because a company starts to see success, I don't think that takes away from their indie status. What takes away from their indie status is ending up publicly traded, which makes it so they're no longer fun to collect because now we're answering to shareholders instead of customers. Spaded One, unpopular opinion, not the biggest fan of the Legion's werewolf. I would rather they be treated more like a race than a single giant monster. Army builders and variants in a manageable scale. You can make that happen on your own, Spaded One. And maybe that'll be how the story evolves. I don't know. Paul, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in, sir. Much appreciated. We're talking indies this fine night. Sci-Fi, the werewolf is part of a race called the Fenrir, suggesting they're somehow related to Fenris, the great wolf of North mythology. Wow, guys, I don't know about this talking thing tonight. The great wolf of Norse mythology and one among the many offspring of Loki. That's just a good word. Maybe we find out that mythos is Earth. Star, excellent novella work there, old chum. Good call, Sci-Fi. Yeah, I think what Star's putting together sounds pretty cool. Thank you, brother. I love to hear stories from you guys as well. See, I will have to figure things out. I've been thinking of making a comic, like a photo comic. I think that'd be fun. Woo-hoo! It's a party in here now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a quorum. Star, wait, there's more improved articulation coming out of Mythic Legions? Where's the improved articulation for Cosmic Legions, Star? You know it's coming. In fact, I would take this moment to give your wallet a breather and just reassure it that it's going to be okay before you send it off into the woods for its own demise. Don't worry, those will be coming. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it, whichever tab ends up opening first. In fact, if I just start from the bottom and work my way up, we're going to land here first, ladies and gents. We have Spiro Toys, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. This line is one of those lines I have yet to dabble in. Now, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? I know that Thane is one that I've talked people into getting, and I don't have. But I really need that Thane. I need Thane, and I need Tiberia. So I'll have to work on that stuff a little bit. Maybe see what I can swing a little later. But actually, July is the last really crappy month. After July, I should be able to go a little more nuts. This is the last month I have to pay for my apartment. In fact, tomorrow I'm celebrating the 4th of July by going to the apartment and removing, hopefully, the rest of my stuff. But we shall see. So tell me, what does everybody think of Spiro here? Who's got them? Who digs them? Who wants them? They come with extra hands. They have tons of weapons. They have extra heads. These things are just pretty darn cool. Let's go to, do we want army builders? Wave 3. Let's go to wave 4. I'm not sure I really looked at wave 4 much. Order info, primal collection, wave 4. All right, so we've got all the things here. Let's look at the gladiator guy. This guy looks pretty tough. Yeah. I like what the indies are doing. Like, if you think about this guy compared to, say, anybody from any of the big ones, with the exception, like I say, of G.I. Joe Classified, who I think is doing a pretty good job, then we're looking at this, and objectively, I think we've just got a great figure here. We're going to have extra hands. He's going to have extra weapons. Maybe this one does not look to have an extra head or anything, but who cares? The articulation's great. I have yet to hear anyone say anything bad about any kind of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figure. Everybody thinks that they're pretty incredible. So who's got them? Who digs them? Who needs more? And more importantly, when it comes to Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, do you need nostalgia to pick them up? Or are you shopping more based on the fact that these are just straight up cool figures? I'll be honest, right now for me, nostalgia has been a bigger draw than straight up cool figures. But when it comes to photography, these things need to be picked up. I need to be getting a little more serious about testing out some lines and hoping that I don't fall into all the rabbit holes. So let's head back into the chat, see what everybody's talking. What do we have here? We have Harry. Mythic Legion's Necronominus is a huge disappointment. Looks great, but you can't pose it. Necronominus, let's see, as far as the figure itself, or are you talking the wave? Because I've still got Gideon on my table, and I think he poses well. But if you're talking Necronominus himself, I haven't heard much, but he doesn't look like much of a poser. So, yeah, I don't know. He looks cool, but maybe he doesn't pose well enough to be considered photogenic. I don't know. Who else has Necronominus, ladies and gents? Miss Cogsmith, what is going on? Good to see you. Oh, let's see. The we, though. Now I'm confused. It makes us all sad. Sci-fi, nothing new for Cosmic Legions besides awaiting the Oxy Crew. Let's go with Ox Crew. I don't think anybody wants to clear pimples with their action figures. And accessory wave coming out. Huh, it's me not knowing all the things. Paul, Harry, Miss Cogsmith. Paul keeping it with the people, keeping the people included, involved. I love to see it. AWOCs are so wonderfully made, great quality figs. I almost wish Spiro would sell blank bucks for customizing. You know, a lot of companies are doing it. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll throw it in there. I had to drop my pre-order of the Necronominus line, and I'm still so sad about it. But bad articulation is, I don't know, a weird consolation. I see that could just be Necronominus, though, Miss Cogsmith. I don't know. Like, I will say I've also got Maxilius the Harvester here. I don't mess with him much as far as articulating because I think of him as just that guy that almost floats along the battlefield and just, you know, grabs extra souls and extra zombies and stuff for Necronominus's army. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have Necronominus, so I got nothing. Spaded one. I feel like a jerk because these Ewok figs don't click with me, but everybody loves them. They look like the kids' version of what Legions is doing to me. Some paint apps would really do these figs wonders. I can see that, actually. They do have a more cartoony look because of the way they're painted. So that's a stylistic thing. Either you dig that or you don't. I dig Spiro. I'm just waiting for my Kickstarter orders to start shipping out. Oh, man. Oh, dear. Harry Miscoxman, Necronominus is too floppy. Ah, okay, okay. So it sounds like it's just him. Spaded, that Necronominus looks like it carries an entire extra figure's worth of extra plastic accessories. Makes sense that he barely moves. I'm kind of, yeah, he looks kind of crazy. Oh no, poor Star. There's sadness because we don't know much about Cosmic. Spaded. So Mythic Legion is the live action version, while AWOC is the animated line. Sci-fi, that might be a way to put it, actually. Both can exist just fine. Like what you like and don't what you don't. That makes sense to me. Sci-fi, not hating. Folks love them. I'm just more adult collectible focused. The painting, the fanciness. Miss Cox Smith, I'm right there with you with Cosmic. I was deep into multiple pre-orders of Cosmic, but I just couldn't get past the limited articulation. It needs improving. It's coming, man. It's happening. That said, DFW was an amazing show. Reminds me of the first Joe Lanta, filled to the brim with great people. I've heard Mr. Matson got a hold of me and was talking about how cool it was. And he showed me some good pictures of the stuff. I tried watching the Valaverse panel, and it wasn't, the audio wasn't great, and the panel itself on YouTube wasn't great, and I only got through about 20 minutes. So fortunately, the good Mr. Matson sent me some pics, which I never replied back to. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right. So there you go with Spiro, guys. I just think that these guys are crushing it. I think that, and not Spiro specifically, though they clearly are. I just mean all these indies. And now when it comes to, help me out, because I really do want to answer this, maybe for me more than anything else. But like for me, when it comes to nostalgic collecting, yeah, I love the characters that I'm into and all that stuff. But sometimes the figures just aren't that great. But sometimes they're good enough. And sometimes, like, they just darn well rock. Like Blanca here. I love this Blanca. He's absolutely phenomenal. I'm terribly stoked about that guy. And I chose him over other stuff that I don't have a backstory with because I love Blanca so much. As a figure, he's great. Like I said, the stuff that I get, I don't want it to suck. I don't want to sit there and give a, well, I won't use an example, but give a figure that I know I'm not going to like a poor review just because I've got the YouTube, like I understand, for instance, Anthony's Customs, he really does make his money reviewing all the figures, whether they're good or bad. So I get that. When it comes to me, I just want to get stuff that I think is going to be cool in my collection. So when it comes to nostalgia, that's kind of governing my choices right now, even though I look at the stuff like we talked about so far. Sir Gideon, if it weren't for Blanca, is probably my figure of the year right now, just because of how well done he is. And I have no attachment to anything when it comes to the Four Horsemen's figures, when it comes to Mythic Legions. I just think they're cool. So I guess for me, I want to jump in and I want to start getting more stuff because it's cool, but I feel like I want to finish out and stay on top of my stuff that I love as well, like Street Fighter, Transformers, like the Mafex stuff, Jada, all the Jada. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I'm messing with my head right now because I don't necessarily know how to articulate it. Hopefully you guys can help me out and let me know what you're thinking. Harry, what do you think about the extras? I love the idea of the extras, man. I can't wait to get some of those. Like that for photography, that is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And Bobby included a bunch of extra hands, a stand, an accessory. That's just the right amount of stuff for extras. So I can't wait for that. I just think that's a great idea. Mr. Madsen, DFW is the closest thing to the old Joe-Con. The founder of the G.I. Joe Collectors Club, the Transformers Collector Club, Joe-Con, and BotCon supports the DFW show. Nice. I have heard that those older shows were much better. So the fact that, before Hasbro gets involved with stuff, of course, but to hear that, that's good stuff. Smaller companies have really stepped up to the plate recently. Jada showed what $25 should get you. The third-party market is going ham right now with bangers at competitive prices. It's true. It is true. And I also think when it comes to, like, when we're talking nostalgic properties, sometimes it feels like the characters, maybe because of who owns them and all that, have kind of run their course, where maybe right now is the perfect time for all the indies to come in because a lot of the stuff isn't improving. It's kind of just sitting there and stale. I don't know. I don't know. I keep having this thought that, for instance, Transformers will never be more popular than it was between like 1984 and when the movie came out. Like, it got huge again with Michael Bay, but I would argue that for what its purpose was, which was to sell toys, it was never bigger than when it first came out. Same with the Star Wars movies, never bigger than when it first came out. So I'm starting to wonder if all this stuff that we have such huge nostalgia for is kind of, I don't know, like, is it a time capsule? Is it a thing where it belongs to that time? And now what we need is to stop revisiting some of this stuff because the brands themselves are just getting diluted and watered down, and things are happening that aren't as great. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I tend to think that maybe some of this stuff exists in that time more so than it does today. But I don't know. It's it's all kinds of theories that are in my head that I'm not sure they're coming out right or not. Harry, I have a couple of AWOC figures. They just don't fit in style wise. I can see that. I can see what everybody's talking about there. Mr. Manson, I miss seeing you, Harry. Oh no. We gotta, I think Tragic keeps saying we need a Discord. We're gonna need Discord so we can all talk to each other and find out what's going on. Spaded, mainline companies' laziness is finally getting noticed, and they're starting to improve too. G.I. Joe is getting hands, and Legends have stepped up. This is true. This is very true. All right. What do we go now? I'm bummed. Oh, there's sadness now in the stream. This makes me sad. Not cool. All right. Harry, I was running around all over the con with my black leather cowboy hat. Nice. So what you're saying is you would have been tough to miss, although it was in Texas. It's rare to find that sweet spot where everything converges into the perfect fig. Either they're great quality with boring characters or great characters with bad quality. Jada Edge Runners is sweet. God, how do I still not have? I mean, come on, I should have it, David. Let's be honest here. Sci-fi nostalgia and fun can go a long way with me. For example, I never got into G.I. Joe or Star Wars figures because they were too small for me. I grew up with Mego 8-inchers, Batman, Robin, etc. Got it. Got it, Sci-Fi. See, I got into those, but when this larger scale came out and I was taking pictures, I'm like, this is perfection, with the exception of vehicles. Hasbro came to the BotCons and JoeCons, sad that they won't do that anymore. I mean, weren't they behind some of it too? Or I'm probably off. Never mind. I'm full of you know what this fine evening, guys. Let's see. Sci-fi, what have you? When Joe's hit 6-inch and I saw the details and design, I got that 80s itch. Yep. Yeah, and I wonder if somehow G.I. Joe kind of is a relic of the 80s and we should be trying to get new stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. Harry, I wasn't there to shop. I was there to hang out with friends, the creators, and artists. That said, I did find a retail price classified dial tone and a bunch of art. Nice. People do seem to dig them some of that stuff, some of the art. Is anyone else getting bored with established franchises? It seems like I'm craving brand new stories with figs. Edge Runners is really close to that for me. Cosmic Legions was that for me. See, that's what I'm wondering, Star, is if kind of some of these franchises have just run their course. Is it that they're in the hands of people that don't understand them and don't do good things? Or is it that current generations just straight up aren't interested? I'm not sure. I'm playing with that a little bit, trying to figure out what I think the answer is. Oh my goodness. Why is this not? Oh, okay, here we go. We have scrolling now. Miss Cogsmith, I still want to figure that a set of figures for cheetah men and dinosaurs for hire, and these odd new furry themed figures make customs of those properties more possible. That see, I don't know what cheetah men is. I've heard of dinosaurs for hire, but I don't know that one either. I feel like I need to check that stuff out. Anything with dinosaurs, I feel like I should check out. But yeah, the furry figures, I love what I saw from Legions last night. And nobody, I couldn't get anybody as stoked as I was. Made me sadness. Gave me the sadness. Mr. Matson, I got a friend to buy a Robo-Skull. You enabling fiend. And showed an original Joe designer the Robo-Skull and the lead marketer, the Savage Crucible figures. He was enamored. Nice. Ah, what have we? Star. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh. Oh dear. Why, Miss Cogsmith, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well, look at that. I don't know what to say. So just thank you. That's cool to see. Super Toypixx. Very nice. Very nice. You don't have to do it, but I thank you for it. Spaded One Star. That's where I am right now. My interest in nostalgic properties is falling, and I'm getting more interested in original stuff I can world build with. Mythic Legion, Savage Crucible, Mezco, etc. Whoa. Good stuff. So many emojis. Miss Cogsmith, I think you're hitting it on the head. The only way to scratch that itch is to customize our own characters from our own stories. Man, now you guys are making me think one of those comics, like a photo comic, would be an even more fun idea. Mr. Matson, Hasbro supported the Collectors Club by licensing their molds out so they could make non-official versions. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Matson. I forgot all about that. But yeah, I'm vaguely remembering some of those now. Nothing wrong with relics. I'd wager that would describe most of us age-wise. It's fair. It's fair. The last of the Time Lords is here. Anton, good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Ms. Cogsmith, heck yes, thank you. That's why I'm so hyped for so many companies having easily interchangeable parts. That's something I did see on the Valaverse thing, is that you're going to be able to pop and swap those arms on those figures too. Very good stuff. Star Spaded, I so agree with you. All the stuff that's been a part of me for so long is growing stale, sadly. That's what I mean. Is it that the properties I know nothing? Is it that the properties are themselves stale, or is it that people aren't interested? Is it that the people that are custodians of the properties don't know what's up, like as far as how to write them? I don't know. There's so many factors at play, but it is making me pay a lot more attention to the indie lines. All right, what do you got, Anton? I saw Jurassic World Rebirth mutated dinosaur people get chased, people get eaten. It is bad that I want it all, that I wanted them all to get eaten. Not at all, not at all. Dinosaurs should always win. They should probably still own the earth. Harry, Mr. Manson, I opened the eyes of a couple of Marvel Legends and classified Joe collectors. The world of imports and third-party figures. I might be going to hell for that. Nah, that, my friend, is the good Lord's work that you have done there. What do we have now? Pretty sure a Cheetah Men figure would just be one of these AWOC figs and then Jada Ryugi. You know what? You could just add a bunch of paint to it. Speaking of, we've been on the AWOC figs for quite a while, so let's get in there. Let's see. Where did I have those? Oh, no, now I have to find them up here. I swear, one day I will figure this stuff out. There we go. Okay. Let's present the next one and see what we've got. We have, let's hold off on that one just because. We have this one. Has anybody heard? I can't, let me know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Mezcat Ois? Is it? Oh wait, this is Mezco. This is Mezco. So I've heard a few people dig these figures as well. In fact, when we did our poll of trying to figure out the most photogenic lines on the pricier action figure poll, the Mezco 1/12 Collective won out. And to answer a question that Spaded One posted on one of my older videos earlier today, no, I still don't have one, but I will, I swear. August is coming. August is coming. And I need to figure out, do I need a Mezco or do I need that snowcap more? We'll have to see. But what's everybody thinking when we're talking Mezco? Speaking of kind of indie stuff, we're talking Rumble Society and all that. Good times. I found the Doctor Who figures, figure when I was on my little vacation fishing. I found a comic book store where they had a Doctor Who figure for only $9. Nice, Anton. Congratulations, man. See, thunderstorms here in New Jersey. I'm wondering if that's what just came. No, the wind wasn't quite that fast. I left a place tonight just in time for a ton of rain. Like, had this live stream started a half an hour earlier, I would have been absolutely drenched because I was out in the rain for all of 10 seconds to get to my car. And it was insane. I kind of miss, I'm in Michigan and we get quite a bit of rain, but I kind of miss light rains because it seems we're not getting light rains anymore. When the rain comes, it's a downpour. And it kind of sucks. Sci-Fi. Bobby said that starting with the Praetorian Furies, the action figures will have interchangeable arms that you can detach from their butterfly joints. But don't try that with the earlier waves. I did make that, or I did make it that far in the video. That was very cool. Anton, I was thinking about you when I heard this other, fella on YouTube talking about Norm Macdonald. He said that he got fired not just because of the OJ jokes, but they made him still do sketches because, I didn't know about that. Hang on. Made him still do sketches because they had to fulfill his contract. And he hated it. Yeah, he didn't like the sketch work too much, at least from what I remember. But I didn't know that they had to make him keep doing it for his contract. Spaded. I'm finding myself being drawn to different corners of the hobby than nostalgia. I want to make more dios and learn to take actual pictures more than stack turtles on top of turtles. Oh man, Spaded One. I have a plan for some photo or for some YouTube videos I gotta get cracking on. Hopefully that'll help you out quite a bit with some of that. But yeah, it is getting more tempting. Like I say, the more I look at the indies that I've got lying around, man, the mutated dinosaurs look really cool in the movie. And I saw a little toy dinosaur kind of creature that probably is available at Walmart. You're talking the new Jurassic World, right, Anton? Because, yeah, I haven't heard anything, but I saw somebody post on Twitter that they loved it. Where's the last time a truly new story has come out concerning any of the popular franchises? Since the franchises live or die by established canon, how far do you think they can stray from the norm? I wonder that, Star. One of the cool things I remember, I think a lot of us remember, are just simple tech specs from Transformers and file cards from G.I. Joe. It's one of the things that I really appreciate about what Valaverse is doing, is putting those file cards on there. And I feel like, I don't know. Ever since, I don't know that they really do cartoons to sell merch as much as they used to. I'm not sure what the laws are if they got switched up, but I just feel like the timing for everything is off, like marketing wise. I don't know. It would be nice to see a truly new story from an established franchise. The problem is sometimes you get something like G.I. Joe, what was it, The Rise of Cobra? And that they tried a truly new story, but it was just not good. So you almost think, maybe go back and maybe reimagine the old story in today's times and see what happens. It's tough. It's tough to reimagine, I think. I wanted to try and figure out what a totally reworked version of Optimus Prime would look like, and it just would never happen because Prime has those design elements that are just so Prime. Spaded One, the Zujitsu line has cat characters that would be perfect for at least one Cheetah Men. The Zujitsu. Guys, we're going to have to just have a live stream where we hang out and talk about all these lines I know nothing about. You thought I wouldn't remember that you have the double trouble weapon pack? No, no, no. Spade one, you remember all. This is disturbing. I can't handle it. Nothing really new. Gets boring fast. Yeah. That's where I'm curious. Cheetah would be really cool to mix with Tarzan because there's a book about that. Ah, see, I know nothing, as is oftentimes my bad nerd status. Speaking of Tarzan, there's a really good series where Batman teams up with him. Batman and Tarzan, that's going to be old school. That's got to be like 30s Batman. So anybody else going to put the foam from the Mythic Legion's beers into characters' mouths for rabies foam? Oh, that sounds awesome. Oh, that's a good call, Spaded One. You know, I might not have thought of it. Now I have. Now I might. Shame on you. You have not seen Ironheart. She's an original new concept. She lives in Chicago. Chicago. That's new. Everyone else is in New York. This is fair. This is fair. She is in a totally different city. Star, I miss the unexplained feeling I get with lots of neon shining in the rain on some quiet late night. Probably my age. Can't enjoy it as much knowing that I have to be back at work soon. Ugh. Yuck. Let's see, Chicago? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. So, like, more red brick than usual. Oh, no. Oh, it's happened. It's happened. Touche. My apologies, brother. You guys survive. Now you're giving me Blade Runner flashbacks. All these memories will be lost like tears in the rain. Time to die. I don't trust modern companies to revisit anything anymore after how much they changed TMNT for that last movie. It was unrecognizable. They just don't get these characters anymore. And sometimes I wonder if it's that they don't get the characters or they want to just totally reimagine things and move basically just the turtles are the turtles in name and design only. And we just totally remove the characterization. It's something that I keep thinking every time you make a drastic change to a character that seems totally out of character, you're just going, whoa. Like, I think of, probably because I've done a lot of branding, I think of every character as a brand. All the immutable traits, as well as all the emotional and psychological characteristics of the character and all that stuff. So, like, when they do a race swap, or when they decide that this character no longer thinks like this, or like when they're talking about, I've heard people say Johnny Storm is something about what in the Fantastic Four movie, how he's not really somebody that is a womanizer kind of thing. Whereas before in the old comics, he was all about that. So like those are the things that I feel like what you've done is you haven't let the character breathe and given them a chance to naturally evolve into the ways that you want them to. It's just this huge jump. And so I feel like every time you make a drastic change like that, you're diluting the brand of the character, which dilutes the brand overall. And the more of those changes you make, the more you've actually diluted everything. So I think along those lines sometimes, if that has anything to do with some of that. Star Sci-Fi Bullseye. Wait, what? Daredevil? I kid. Anton, either set G.I. Joe in the 80s or set it in modern times with the old group having to reform a new group because a devil your version of Cobra has risen. Oh, let's see. I wonder, I mean, you could reinvent, you could do kind of like how they did Tony Stark with Iron Man, where before he was in the jungle because it was Vietnam era and all that. And now in 2008, it was more desert because of all the stuff we've been involved in and like the Middle East and all that. That makes sense to update it in that way where it's still pretty much the same story. It's just different things change to fit the current times. I think you could still do the old G.I. Joe comics, just bring them up to now. I think the 80s aesthetic, I don't know that would work, but I don't know. I don't have the numbers behind it. But I do have Iron Man as an example to see how it could work. Mr. Matson. Zujitsu is Icon Heroes. They made Karate Kid figures. They're okay. Same bucks. We need to see all these things. They get so caught up in introducing a new audience that they leave the old one behind. That does seem, I don't know. I mean, yes, in many ways it does seem that way. The Johnny Storm discourse is silly. I don't need to see him womanized to understand that he's cocky and takes liberties with people. This is fair. This is fair. And to be fair, everything I've heard is just what I've heard. I haven't seen it. So until I see it, it was just the only example off the top of my head here. So whenever the point is, whenever you take a character and you totally warp their personality to fit something else, it just doesn't seem, it seems like you've decided, or someone, whoever the writer is and whoever the people in charge are, have decided, no, we don't like this character, but we're going to give it the same name, you know? And it just doesn't make sense in my head. Sci-fi Anton, the Joes and Cobras regenerate like the Time Lords for each generation, which would also include the Looney Tunes characters. Oh, Looney Tunes versus G.I. Joe with a Doctor Who chaser. I'm in. I'm in. Spaded, Reed with a mustache. Crime, though, not cool. I've talked about how it drives me crazy, and it was Reed and what was the character? Oh my gosh, Thunderbolt Ross, Harrison Ford, right? Where the actor supersedes the character. That drives me crazy because Thunderbolt Ross, and somebody said they brought up a term called hanging the lamp, which means no, it's cool, like, or which basically is Hollywood or some kind of writing technique where you basically try and explain away the elephant in the room, which was that he didn't have the mustache. That still doesn't cut it for me. He needs the mustache. He's Thunderbolt Ross. So yeah, Pedro Pascal and Harrison Ford, when the actor overshadows the character, it drives me crazy. Sci-fi, Johnny Storm is fast cars, fast women living in the fast lane of brashness and rushing in head first. I completely agree. And it's possible that in the comics, they've kind of evolved them like that, but that kind of evolution takes time. And if you're introducing him and trying to get the old fans on board, you want him to be that same guy. So hopefully what we've heard is wrong, and he is that same guy. They should have went full beard for the Mr. Fantastic look. I agree. Full beard or clean shaven. That's Mr. Fantastic. I think Pedro's a pretty good actor, but it's still going to be Pedro because he doesn't have the Mr. Fantastic like facial hair, which is crazy, but that's how my brain works. Sci-fi, Pedro Pascal should have played Diablo, the Mad Alchemist, instead of Reed Richards. See, I don't know. I don't know about that. We haven't seen him give it a shot. I do, like I said, I think Pascal is a good actor, so I think he'll do fine. It's just all I'm going to see on screen instead of Reed Richards is Pedro Pascal. I wish creators would take more chances with stories and expand into territory that might not even be part of the accepted establishment. Maybe Transformers after the Cybertronian race is dead. Ooh, see, that's interesting, but every Transformer we've ever seen is Cybertronian, right? Like, what would they do? Oh, Star, see, that's an interesting idea. What kind of race would it be if they weren't Cybertronian? That would, yeah, see, and I'm legit asking, like, figure that out, flesh that out. I kind of want to see what you come up with. What would that look like? See, that's me asking you now. Star, would another alien race find a dead Cybertron and maybe learn their old ancient tech of transformation and incorporate it into their own militaries? Just something new that makes narrative sense. That would be kind of cool, but I feel like that would also be kind of any kind of Gundam sort of deal at that point because they're using it maybe to make, of course, they don't have to be giant robots. They could make just smaller machines that do the things. Ooh, that's an idea. Sam Elliott and John Hurt were both good, General Ross. Facts. Deer clean shaven or lightly bearded. All right, guys. So I'm going to assume that everybody's pretty good with Mezco here, and that can be thought of as, since it was voted the most photogenic line on the pricier side, I'm going to assume everybody's going to say, yeah, that's a good one to include, and it's definitely stomping pretty much everybody from what that poll showed, meaning, of course, I still have to get it. So now let's get out of ye old Mezco. Oh, hey, it's me. Hello, everybody. Sci-fi, what have ye. There were a few other races the Cybertronians ran across, but they never really go into any depth with them. Like like those alien races that were in season 3, some of those where they're trying to broker a peace treaty because the Quintessons have totally pitted these two races against each other for millennia or centuries. I can't remember. It was a long time. And then the Lizardo, is that his name? Like that race, those kinds of things. That'd be kind of cool. That would be cool to explore the larger, maybe Transformers galaxy a little bit. Anton, I can guess how this movie ends. Their world gets destroyed by the Fantastic Four and they have to come to the Marvel Universe. That's my guess. Unless they take people with them. See, I'm thinking, Anton, that Galactus destroys their world. And then the Fantastic Four ends up, and I haven't read anything, I haven't heard anything, but then the Fantastic Four ends up in the MCU, which I refuse to call the 616. You can't convince me that Nightwing is whipping pom-poms around in that picture like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He is. He's totally whipping around pom-poms. All right, let's see here. Let's grab, what do we have? Let's go with this one next. Why not? This is one that I believe our boy Mr. Madsen has been heavily talking about. He showed him off on the live stream he did over here with me, and these things are pretty impressive. Just the look that he had, the way he showed me how these things moved. Yeah, there's not much I can say that people haven't already seen in reviews when it comes to any of this stuff, but I do need to start looking at these. How do these, for anybody that has both Savage Crucible and Mythic Legions, how do they compare? We're talking size-wise, we're talking, I think you guys brought up that they're pretty close to the same size. Like Mythics and Savage Crucible are just a little taller than 1/12 scale. But let me know. And more importantly than that, stylistically, do they fit in pretty well? Like, can you combine these two universes? Or is that a negative? Oh, look at that. Nin Villamere, $40, ladies and gentlemen. For Nin Villamere on Savage Crucible. Oh my goodness. Oh, that picture, that one picture may have sold me on Nin Villamere. Ugh. Ugh. These are so good. They do such good work. Oh, I need to get this photo studio up and running and really, making a ton of money off of it. Como of the Isles. I've heard very good things about this guy. And I'm on the Savage Crucible side itself, so if you guys see something and you need it, here you go. That's where I'm at. And it's all got the buy with shop pay. Wow. I don't know. I think I like Nin Villamere more than Como, but that's just a color thing, I think. That's a sweet shot. I love how they gave him, like, he's got a lot of the blue skin. So bringing in the orange in the background, oh, that's kind of perfect. All right, I could just sit here and enjoy these for forever, but let's instead go back and see what you guys are chatting about. All right, Anton, baby future humans buy the Autobot and Decepticon attack and become Transformers themselves. Oh, ooh, kind of like they're almost pretenders, maybe? Harry Franklin Richards transports the Fantastic Four to, no, I will not call it that. I will not call it the 616. Spaded, hold on. These are in stock? They look like it. Hang on, let me double check here. Quickly, I mean, they're all saying add to cart. Hang on, let's look back here. There you go. It says add to cart right there. So yeah, I think we're talking in stock. No, it won't scroll. There we go. Mr. Matson, I convinced another YouTuber, Ed D209, I get that reference, to get some when I showed him Wave 2 of Savage Crucible. Yeah, I'm convinced. I just need to pull the trigger. You got me too. Nin and Como are the best of Wave 1. Oh, nice. Yeah, Nin looks amazing. Anton, yes, Galactus destroys their world and they can't stop him, even though reads this, and we will protect you, and there's nothing you can do. That's just my guess. I have not looked at spoilers. Let's not get too spoilery if you guys have looked at things. I got my first Savage Crucible figure last week. I'll tag you when I post pics, Dave. Miss Cogsmith, I would appreciate that. I mean, what do you think of it? You think, I mean, I see you answered or you commented a couple more times. Let's see. More Lizardmen, more awesomeness. Well, that'll work. Mine is the Nin Villamere in the middle there. Nice. Because that's the one I saw that I think's the best of at least the ones I've seen. I'm really hoping for an orange-scaled reptilian from Savage Crucible with back and head fine that I can use as, Stegron. Oh, nice. You know they got to be thinking along those lines just a little bit. Pixelated, what's up, sir? Might be worth getting one or two of these for research purposes. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. There's a saying, it was Einstein, I think. Something like, of course we don't know what we're doing. This is research or something like that. I can't remember. I had a story years ago about the ages of Cybertron and Cybertronians before they became mechanoids. They were all organic beings many, many ages ago. Lust for power is what created them. Ooh, C-Star, I think you need to be writing some of this stuff. Depends on how it all ends. They just reshot the ending again. Galactus might come along into the main MCU verse. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Yep. Como's rad. Nin Villamere. What is this guy? Oh, geez, guys. Now I'm just looking. Yep. And we are added to cart. Ooh, the Sentry is sweet. He's $50. You can still add to cart. He's 50 because it looks like he was an exclusive. Oh, I love the look of the swords on his back. Holy crap, those things are going to hurt somebody. That one's really cool too. What the heck, people? I'm not sure I've ever spent this much time on this site. Ooh, the Savage Lemurian. Yeah, that's pretty sweet too. All photogenic figures, I might add. All right, hang on. Lemurian Slate, there you go. Ooh, ooh, and still has extra hands and stuff. And that's $20. Like, that's a great deal. Oh, wait, that one sold out though. Never mind, folks. Never mind. Let me see here. Quick look. Sold out, sold out. Okay. So let me see. What's this one? Royal Guard is sold out as well. Okay, okay, guys. So here's what we've got. We can get this guy, the Shadow Slate. We can get Nin Villamere. We can get Como of the Isles. And the Imperial Sentry, the con exclusive. So anywhere that you can find these other things, oh man, good luck. I guess I could have looked for that huge red sold out there. But yeah, that's what you can go for at Savage Crucible still. I think they're incredible. I need to get some. So we shall see. Like I said, the Paranoid, hopefully whenever those get shipped out, I'll end up checking out one of those. But yeah, let's get out of all that is. There's so much, and they've got feet, accessories. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I know that a lot of people, like I know Brick was on here saying that it's really tough for a lot of companies to make extra packs like hand packs and weapons packs because they just don't necessarily know the viability of them when it comes to profit margin and all that. But I mean, all these guys are doing it. So I would think it would behoove Hasbro and Mattel and all of them to start thinking along those lines. Specifically Hasbro for their classified line for, hand packs. Just saying, just saying. Sci-fi. Oh, see, I haven't met. I need to start looking up other YouTubers, I think. Star, anyone think that Harbinger Studios will get into futuristic sci-fi characters like Mythic and Cosmic from 4-H? Ooh, I don't know. Has anybody seen any future offerings that might give that away? Sci-fi, I won a Retro Viper from him at DFW. He is a good dude, good prices at his tables also. Man, I, I was telling Mr. Madsen, I need to find a way to get to more of these shows. Anyone else think they would look good fighting Kirk? These guys, the Lemurians? Star, it's possible. Remember Dino Saucers from the 80s? I don't remember Dino Saucers, but I remember the name. Star, the Savage Crucible is open too. It depends on where the story and the collectors take it. Oh, nice. Okay, that would be cool. The lizard guy is pretty cool. Yep, for sure. Just ordered 2. Let's see how this goes. Nice faded one. Can't wait to hear what goes on, if he's cool. What do you think? I really hope they do. That should be pretty sweet, given how good their figs are so far. Man, you guys are talking, like, just this chat about this stuff is getting me thinking I got to get way more into indie lines. Dinosaurs was awesome. Can't mess with dinos with spaceships. Oh, I might have to go back and look at that again. Pixelated, definitely a Gorn vibe going on there. Oh, throwing down with Kirk. Okay, I'm picking up a little bit, I suppose. All right, let's shut down Savage Crucible. We didn't want it, or I don't want it to go forever, but just because I'm shutting that down doesn't mean those don't look like incredible figures. Again, I think they're killing it, and I think maybe, is it that things are getting stale? I don't know, folks. I don't know. Maybe we do need to start getting into these a lot more. It's time for action. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on Valaverse's page now. And I'm just going to say it. I love what Bobby Vala has done. I need to pick up more. I mean, you wouldn't know it to look at my collection, but the way that he has put all this stuff together, the way he has built out this line, I think is absolutely incredible. He's killed it. And I definitely want to look at some of this stuff and pick up a whole lot more. So right now we've got Series 4. Maybe, hold on, if I just click products, here we go. Yeah, so we've got your Series 5 right here. All good stuff. Hand packs aplenty. I still got to order those. The weapons pack for the Praetorians. I need Praetorians, ladies and gents. But I mean, just what Bobby is doing for this line, the way he has engineered it, the way he's put it together, I think it's absolutely brilliant. Like, I genuinely hope that if I ever have any kind of action figure line, not that I have any designs on making one, I hope this is how I run it, because I think he's doing a phenomenal job. And I loved what I did here in the audio/video of what was posted online. I think that the pirate thing's going to be awesome. I love the idea of extras. I love that the man makes head packs and hand packs. I love that he's got weapons packs and that he kind of is veering into all kinds of areas. I love the pirate idea that that's the navies of the world coming together. It's just, the world he is building is pretty cool, I have to say. So I need to support this line a lot more. This one feels like one that I have let down, and I need to not be doing that anymore. What's everybody else thinking when it comes to Valaverse, for Action Force specifically? Is everybody else, I know that some people just don't like how Bobby is. I don't care about that. I'm looking at this, seeing that he makes awesome figures. Mr. Madsen, that college football line is pretty good also. I refuse, Mr. Madsen. Until there's Charles Woodson, that is not a true college football line. Spaded, $48.50 out the door for 2 of those is wild. Woo! Not bad. 2 of what? Oh, yeah. What did you get on it was the Crucibles. Dave, did you see Bobby's Action Force 1942 line? I saw pictures, like I saw kind of what he's mocked up so far for it. I haven't seen the whole line. Actually, I wonder if Mr. Manson, because I wasn't able to go through the pictures too much, so I wonder if I got something about that. I picked up both hand packs at DFW for $10 each. Nice. $6 head and tail packs. Whoa. That would be over at the Savage Crucible. That's not bad either. Looks like G.I. Joe is getting some serious competition. They better watch their backs. I know. What G.I. Joe has that Action Force doesn't is nostalgia. But what Action Force has that G.I. Joe doesn't is a lot more accessories and a lot more kind of, not necessarily world build. There is a lot more imagination behind it simply because the story for G.I. Joe has already been built up. But again, the way that Vala is engineering this line, that's what G.I. Joe's missing, I think. The regular slate Lemurians. Okay. Got it. Dinosaurs was a really cool series. Think Captain Planet a little bit and a lot of other things with dinosaurs, of course, fighting bad guys. Was read by, let's see, it's Rhinoceros. Ooh, help me out there, Anton. I'm not sure how to read that one. Maybe you fixed it here. We met some friends from out of town, way out of town. Was that something? Was that a line and I don't know the line? Pixelated, these figures are great. I've only bought them as army builders up to this point. Maybe I'll expand beyond that. Pixelated, I want to show you one right now. This is the same one that's on the thumbnail. I love this thing, and I need to find ways. Hold on. I need to find ways to display it more, to get more pictures of it. This is the second Bone Collector, and this thing is absolutely wicked. I love this figure. It's just fun. You don't mess with this. This is one of those when I think Bobby decided, okay, we don't need to go straight up military. We're just going to start having some fun with this stuff. And I love it. I love the imagination that man's got going on. This thing's phenomenal. So yeah, I think that Action Force is a line we need to jump into. But that could just be me. What do we have, Mr. Manson? The slates are their lowest price offerings, less paint and less accessories. Yes, but if you're test driving, that's a good one to pick up. Forgot to add on a sad note, comic legend Jim Shooter passed away a few days ago. I saw that, Sci-Fi, and I know a lot of people seem to not like Shooter. He gave us some of the best times in comics, some of those stories that reverberate throughout the ages. And I know here's what's probably happened, because I have a little of both parts of my brain that work this way. There's the creative side and the business side, basically, right? It sounds like Jim Shooter was a pretty good creative, but he also was very organized and a business guy. He knew the importance of keeping things in line and continuity and all that stuff. Like, I had heard if Spider-Man was going to be a guest star in this book, that he couldn't be a guest star in this book that same month because they had to keep everything moving smoothly. And a lot of creatives don't like that much control because they want to be creative. So Shooter, I think, just bumped heads with too many creatives. I think that's what it was. Is they wanted to do their own thing, and he understood the importance of keeping it all consistent, and they didn't. They wanted to do their stuff, and that's what ended up hosing him, I think, is just because like I said, I've got the creative mindset as well. It's probably the slight rebellious nature that I have, but I've got the business mindset, and here's what makes sense. It's like when I'm talking about how each character itself is a brand. And so when you're making changes to that character, they better be slow and they better make sense. Otherwise, you've just kind of watered down the brand, you know? And I think Shooter understood that. And a lot of creatives tend not to. But man, yeah, it does suck that Shooter's gone. Yeah, they only come with alt hands and a weapon. Enough for me. I just need some lizard grunts. If all goes well, I'll order 2 more. Nice. See what we do with these live streams, ladies and gents? Pixelated. I only got them to fight Conan, but then I got hooked on the line. Then they hooked up with Frankie Frazetta Jr. So awesome. Yeah. I forgot about that. Maybe Savage Crucible is where I finally jump into Conan figures. There you go, Spaded. Whoops. I'm jumping all over the place. The great Jim Shooter, best Marvel editor-in-chief next to Stan Lee. Yep. Totally agree. Jim Shooter was the whip cracking out some of the industry's biggest storylines. Facts. Jim Shooter brought us G.I. Joe, which saved Marvel Comics in the early 80s. Mid-80s, G.I. Joe was Marvel's best-selling book. I did not know that. That's awesome. Go Larry Hama. Seems like Valaverse is capable of going places narratively that G.I. Joe can't. Could calculate into the difference between success and failure. Joe won't be able to do what Valaverse can. From a storytelling perspective, you're right. But from a constructing the line perspective, I would think Joe would be looking at what Valaverse is doing and thinking, okay, guys, we got to start thinking about hand packs and head packs and weapons packs, things like that. So you're absolutely right from a storytelling perspective, though, Star, unless G.I. Joe goes into space or goes into other worlds, and we know how that turned out last time. Sci-Fi Shooter was the driving force behind the original Secret Wars, facts, and really showed off what each character was capable of, such as the iconic cover, under 750 billion tons, stands the Hulk, and he's not happy. You know what? What was it? That was Secret Wars was where Spider-Man basically took out all the X-Men too, just because of his spider sense. That showed how powerful this guy was. Anton Tyrannosaurus, the other comment was from the themed music. Okay. Thanks, Anton. Instead of Rhinoceros, Savage Crucible Warrior with ball and chain is off the chain. I keep hearing how good he is. I'm going to have to get that, aren't I? You guys are killing me. Mark Grunwald was the library man. He would go around and add the editor notes in the comics of where something happened previously. Nice. And he was awesome too. He was the guy, I think he was on Captain America for 10 years. Like these guys that stay on the book for a long time really define a character. And it was during that time that we had, what was it? Oh God, what's his name? U.S. Agent. Like that whole thing where U.S. Agent comes out, replaces Steve Rogers because he's not sure he can do it anymore. All that stuff. We got the Serpent Society was introduced, I believe, by Grunwald. I read that 10-year run, and I'm like, this is Captain America for sure. And it was incredible. Reading Grunwald's Captain America, I wouldn't say it's quite as good, but it's really good. I was going to say is as good as reading Claremont's X-Men. I don't think it's quite to that level, but it's close. So I would encourage anybody that can to go back and check out Grunwald's run. Anton, also the actor who played Admiral Piet from The Empire Strikes Back, passed away. I saw that, as did today Mr. Madsen. Michael Madsen ended up dying today, and that was just kind of shocking. Yep, there you go, Spaded One. Okay, it is time for, I feel like we're doing an Academy Awards tribute to, or in memoriam. Got to remember guys who gave us the black costume. He gave us the Secret Wars and many other great stories, so he's awesome. Facts. Pixelated Energon Universe has brought some cool stuff to G.I. Joe. They seem open to changes. Yes. I do need to... Man, guys, I have failed as a nerd in so many ways. All right, so we all know, I think many of us really appreciate Valaverse here, and I have to start getting more of these. So let's go into the next one. We'll get to the Legions here. I want to get one more talked about first, and you guys will know this. We've got Big Bad Workshop, which I think is coming out to be a serious player in the whole action figure game. And we've got Cops and Crooks, But more importantly, we've got the Tick, Spoon, and then we've got all their own lines that are just, I mean, I've got several of the Monster Force figures. What do I have right now? I can just grab. Let's grab the Forgotten King here. Just because, hang on, I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. He's really hard to see the detail, especially under these bright white lights. But the imagination with this line is absolutely insane. The accessories that come with all of them. It makes me wonder when indie lines are coming up with stuff like this, why the other lines can't be like, you know what, we could start selling stuff for 35 or 40 bucks and just make them insane, especially something like, oh, I don't know, G.I. Joe Classified, which I know does do that with some of their more premium, say, infantry and sniper figures and all that, but they need extra hands, and all these figures come with tons of extra hands. So I love what Big Bad Workshop's doing. If I could, I would load up with Valiverse and Big Bad Workshop figures just because those things are so good. And it looks like I probably need to start loading up with Savage Crucible as well. Let's go back here and look at some more of these. Order of the Crimson Moon. Like, look, this basically we have Crimson Commander here, but look at the stuff he comes with. Like, it's ridiculous, and it's so much fun. It's just that's the name of the game, it feels like, with Big Bad Workshop, where other people kind of forget that a little bit. They forget that this stuff needs to be just a blast. More stuff. Speaking of a blast. Yeah, this is one I missed out on that I have to pre-order. But look at that. That is ridiculous and so good. So good. Like, this is Monster Force Star. You were talking about how they don't really have stories so much. Check into Monster Force a little bit. They've got a real story going on with this whole thing. Obviously, there's no comics, there's no cartoon or series or anything. But if you look at the inside flap of these figures, you'll see that a story is definitely formed. And you can even read about each of these characters in the description on Big Bad Toy Store's website. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, they're kind of knocking out a story with these things. You've got the General here, Carl Weathers, along with all kinds of other heads. I mean, I just love what they're doing. I do. And they're coming up with generic troopers, generic troopers and all these things. It's remarkable what these guys are coming up with. And they're the kings of reuse. They're going to do just fine. I mean, I'm kind of blown away by all this stuff. I want to find, let's see here. Here we go. I think this figure is cool. I love the secret agent, like almost Secret Service vibe of this guy. But then after that, he's an alien. Sorry, I went into Oliver and Company there. But this thing is so cool. Like, I don't even know what to say here. This is the kind of stuff that the big players need to start doing, at least to get me super stoked. Like, I am way more excited about Operation Monster Force and a lot of what Big Bad Workshop is doing than I am most anything else right now. I need to support them quite a bit too. I want to click this just because I don't have anything pre-ordered from the Order of the Crimson Moon, but it looks like I should because they come with ridiculous stuff too. All right, let's see what everybody's got going on when it comes to Big Bad Workshop. What are we saying? What do we got? What's the hat? Marvel reprinted Fantastic Four 48 through 50, The Coming of Galactus. One of the best Marvel stories. It was awesome to have those since the trades with those issues are hard to find. Nice. I don't know if I ever read The Coming of Galactus, actually. Don't tell Bobby that. He doesn't like fresh monkey fiction. That's okay. That's okay. We can like them both, and we don't have to tell him. Well, there is a comic from Fresh Monkey Fiction that they've created. They've got comic pages, right? Had they actually created a full-on comic? Like I've seen comic like a page on the flaps and stuff like that. That's a shame. All the lines seem like they could mesh. Oh, they can totally mesh. That's why I have Declan Van Helsing down here that Tragic actually sent to me, but I didn't break him out because he looks so much like an army guy, or a military guy. I always chalked it up to the bigger companies not having their hearts in the property behind the product. Their marketing division says, make this, and they do. Indie companies love the property and they're building it from scratch. And so, what will happen with the indie companies is people we'll naturally see what figures actually end up doing sweet, and then we'll get variants on that. It's the Snake Eyes phenomenon from G.I. Joe. He probably wouldn't be as popular as he is today if they hadn't run out of paint when they were first making him and he came out all black. But people loved him, and now we're still getting tons of them. We're kind of in that stage with Fresh Monkey Fiction and Big Bad Workshop right now. They're creating their own characters, and we'll find out which ones people love. They seem to just want to make money as opposed to making something because it's awesome and we want it in figure form. Yeah, and I mean, I get it from, say, a publicly traded company like Hasbro and Mattel. They have to play it safe, they have to play to their shareholders. But what it's done is make it so they're pretty finite. Like it's late stage capitalism time with those guys, in part because they never really evolved. Even if they're trying to now, I'm not sure they're trying to evolve in the correct direction that's going to be profitable for them. It's craziness, really. The Tick, while he was part of that great Fox lineup, Batman the Animated Series, Eat the Cat, a terrible Thunder Lizard, Spider-Man, and the X-Men. I don't remember Thunder Lizard. Spider-Man and the X-Men was good stuff. I don't remember. I mean, I remember Eat the Cat, but I didn't watch it. Batman was obviously legendary. That was probably Batman the Animated Series is possibly the greatest animated series of all time. But The Tick, that was just straight up fun. Mr. Manson, yep, full comic. Oh, nice. Okay, I need to find this. I thought it was just pages on the borders. There you go, Star, full comic. Those nuns from the Order of St. Joan of Arc are a multiple buy as well as Seeker and Harker. Yeah, those look really cool. Ruben Medina, thanks for coming in, man. Good evening, guys, from New Jersey. Good evening from Michigan, Ruben. Thank us again for stopping by, man. We're talking indie lines right now. So what's your favorite indie line out there? Actually, I'll ask that to everybody. What's everybody's favorite indie line going right now? Spaded, hear me out. Post-apocalyptic movie with zombies and monsters, but the closest thing left to a living human is the robot from 80s sitcom Small Wonder. Hi, Jason Sue. that's, I don't, wow. Okay, I'm hearing you out. I'm hearing you out. We might need to expand on that story a touch. I hate zombies, but if Burt Reynolds is still willing to voice her dad, I'm in. What? Oh no, I don't know things. Yeah. Was Burt Reynolds voicing Small Wonder's dad? Is that what you're talking about, sci-fi? Wow, I know not things. All right, so that's where we're at there. I think Big Bad Workshop / Fresh Monkey Fiction, they're just crushing it. Valorverse is crushing it. Sorry, Bobby, you're both crushing it. You're both making really cool stuff. So let's get out of there and let's jump into what everybody was thinking this whole stream was going to be about. And I didn't really, honestly, what I was thinking about when I thought about what tonight's topic would be was the fact that tomorrow is Independence Day. So that's what it was. Although I had seen these, I want to look at the Horror of Einzamal as far as the Mythic Legions line, these new figures are concerned. We'll go one pick at a time. Oh, I wish I could blow them up. That one really caught my eye. I thought she was really cool. This one is probably my favorite of the whole thing, just because he comes with a huge barrel and the little, like, this head. He's got Plunderlings vibes, to be perfectly honest. Don't tell him I said that. This guy is incredible. Like, there's so much good stuff that Mythic Legions is doing. Like, I'm starting to think, okay, maybe Jada, let's see here. maybe it's Jada and Mafex for me as far as regular lines. Some G.I. Joe, some Transformers. But after that, we're kind of going indie. I'm thinking that's how the collection evolves. This guy looks pretty cool. But oddly enough, even though I love the head design and all that, just for me personally, which I guess is redundant, this kind of thing, let's see, where do we got? This one's cool. This is that werewolf I assume that I totally missed out on. But this kind of thing I just think is funnier. And much of my collection is all about the jokes. But I love the look of that. And I think this guy, that wolf's head or whatever's going on there, I think that's so cool. Or I guess more a fox head. But then this little head is awesome as well. That almost looks like a sick cat. I don't know. But yeah, I love what they've done here, guys. And oh, look, Cocaine Bear, except not. And this set, we've got steins, we've got barrels, we've got a pick. Good Lord, there's your sausages. This is just good stuff. I love what the Horsemen are doing, and I'm starting to really, the collection's going to evolve here sometime soon, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. So let's start going in and looking at these. Here's a little more of this. This is Garmir, the horror of Isa Small, or Ainsa Small, the ogre scale. The details on these things. He is not happy. I want to see, I know everybody's talking about the butterflies, but I haven't really gotten into this. This does not have double jointed elbows, it looks like. So I wonder about that a little bit. It looks like the knees might be there, though. Let's see. And I love what 1/6 Shooter does with these photos. Like, he is next level, ladies and gents. He takes incredible shots. I wish I knew how much of this was practical and how much of it was on, say, a monitor, you know? Like how much of this was actual, see, like here, hold on, this little rock thing. I'm assuming this is real. There's a little bit of sugar or something on there. We've got the stuff on the right-hand side of the image. This stuff's practical, I'm sure. But how much in the background is this? It looks like the platform might be practical too. And then there's a monitor behind them. I think my favorite thing about Mythic Legions when they first get announced is trying to figure out how Trevor put the picture together, like put the really cool photo together. So nothing against anybody. It's just that's where my fun's at. Yeah, there you go. We've got double jointed knees on this guy, single jointed elbows. Still, big dude, looks monstrous. Oh, yeah, very cool stuff. We'll go to this guy. Halvard of Frothvar. Frothvar. I like that there's froth in the name. We've got to have, oh, come on. There's froth in his name. Where's the mug? Where's the stein? Not cool, man. He's got that little army builder head. I might kind of go through this one pretty fast because he looks cool, but I don't know. There's a lot more that seem way more fun to me. Yeah, his name is Frothvar, and he doesn't come with any kind of stein. He has disappointed me greatly. But the photo hasn't. Again, we probably got, I know at least the foreground is practical. The ground is probably practical. Ugh. I wonder how he does the smoke. Does he use the atmosphere aerosol? Does he add it in post? I don't know. I should probably just talk to Trevor, just send him a message and say, hey, man, how do you crush it with these photos? Because I feel like I'm decent at photos, but he's just next level. All right, enough of me yammering. Let me click this, and then let's go see what the chat's talking about here. Woo, there's been much chatting. Anton, it was great chatting with everybody. Good night, Anton. Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. Spaded one. My favorite indie line is, "It's not the years, honey, it's the mileage." That's a good indie line. That is nicely done. Dang it. I always liked, I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. Small Wonder versus Zombies. Take my money. Somebody, NECA's got to make a Small Wonder figure. And then everybody else has the zombies covered. Actually, I owe those big companies a hefty thank you. I first got into sculpting as a kid because I had to make my own fig/toys since no company made them proper. If they did, I might not be here. Okay, Star, that's cool though. That's cool. Because of them, you're the artist kind of guy you are today. That's rad. I got a better idea. Small Wonder versus Megan. Oh dear. Small Wonder totally wins that. Megan's just a blunt force trauma-inducing incident. Small Wonder would smash Megan back into loose chips and silicone. She's psycho. This is the greatest wave of mythic legions ever. I think so, based solely on all the Steins, except for Frothgar, or Frothgar, whatever his name is. Star Fox, the medieval years. Good call, Star. Star Fox was a fun game. The little one is Kitsune, okay. So is that his name? Or is that what Fox is in somewhere else? I need to know things. I see Sir Didymus? I know nothing. Good Lord, man. Seriously though, slap an elf head on that imp body and you have a dang old hobbit. Oh, yeah. I need to know more about that too. Bad Nerd, ladies and gentlemen. Bad Nerd, this guy. Pixelated those bears and wolves versus the G.I. Joe Snowcat. Oh, you are not wrong. Pixelated, the problem with you is all these great ideas. Every time you say something like that, I'm like, oh, the photos. Ah, good call, man. Great call. Alrighty. But have we now? All right. So we are now on this one. I thought this one looked really cool too when I first saw her. I don't know what it is. It might be the face actually. Because it's the same kind of thing. I'm going to get out of this real quick just to show you what I'm talking about. I like the way they do their faces. So check out Sir Gideon here. Sir Gideon Heavensbrand, seeing if it really lets you see what's going on there. This is an old school webcam, so that's probably not going to do anything. But yeah, the face sculpt that they do and the painting they do on these things, it's really good. It's really next level. So I think that's what has me thinking that other figure is so cool. Dang it, Mythic Legions. I hate it when you do this to me. Now I want things. I hate wanting things. But yeah, and she's got just a really cool look too. She's got kind of that Gideon Heavensbrand, a lot of color, ooh, and she's got the torch. Nice. Got a lot of color, a lot of detail going on. I just think it looks good. Yeah, check that out. I love the way they do faces. It's kind of it's realistic mixed with somewhat stylized, but it gives it's just a really cool vibe, I think. Ooh, and I didn't notice that's actually fur around her neck. And she comes with plenty of things. I assume that this goes down, the visor on the helmet, if that's what you even call that. Plenty of hands, obviously, plenty of weapons. I love the huge hammer looking deal. People are going to hurt when this one comes near you. And I can't tell. Okay, looks like we've got double jointed knees there. And I wish I could. Okay, so she has similar articulation to the knights from the Necronominus wave. So I think she's going to do better than 90 degrees there. Yeah, I just like the look of this one. And let's see how Trevor did with the shot. Oh, that's cool. He totally LED that bad boy. I wonder, or there's a lot of yellow coming here too. I wonder if that's coming off that or if there's a light out this way. No, it almost looks like, unless there was a light hiding out behind this rock, It almost looks like it is just an LED. I don't know. That's pretty bright. Like the way that the light's hitting her hair. Oh, it's such a good shot. Dang it, Trevor. I must learn things. But yeah, I think she's super cool. But the coolest one is definitely Burris Bergerator. Berger Story. Burger Story. Burger. And I didn't notice, hold on, I want to see the last one's name. I didn't notice that either. Commander Igraine. Igraine. All right, I'll take it. Oops. But yeah, I mean, you guys saw me talk about this dude a little bit. I love that head. That guy is just fun. He looks like he could double as what's the guy on the one of the Warriors 3? What's that guy's name? Why can I not come up with it? But I just love this. I love that it's got the huge barrel, the Stein, the foam overflowing, the pickaxe here. He's got some gourds, it looks like. Maybe a little bit of a bird leg there. Ugh. So much fun. He looked, ooh, I didn't notice how old he looked. He's been out there for a while. Maybe, you know what? Maybe he's only 23, but he's been drinking a lot of suds. He looks like he's just there to have a party now. He's just in front of everybody saying, "This is what we drink to, lads. We will now genuinely drink our Stein." Sorry, I'm all over the place. Oh, see that? That looks so good. I love what the legions are doing here, what the four horsemen are doing. Looks like I can't tell on the elbow there. See if I can get a better look on one of these other shots. Not really. Ooh, wait a sec, this will help us. Yeah, he might be a little single jointed there, but he's got the double jointed legs. But I can't tell for sure, guys. No, he's definitely single jointed. And this isn't cut to allow much more than 90, but he's also a smaller figure. So sometimes you forgive that lack of articulation, or at least I do. But I love this guy. This guy might be my favorite of the whole thing. All right, let's see what you guys have. We're almost through the line. Dynamis was the Fox Knight puppet from Labyrinth. Dang it! Did I even see Labyrinth? Bad nerd, bad. I'm not sure I saw Labyrinth. Does the werewolf muzzle fit the bear at all? No idea. No clue whatsoever. She reminds me of that CNN anchor. Same face. I haven't watched that. I haven't seen any kind of news, anything in so long. I don't know what you're talking about. But hey, maybe they used her as the model. I think the smoke is from Cannabis Gray for Toypixx and the Munchies. That could very well be. Maybe this is how 1/6 shooter does his shooting. Star, she reminds me of the babe. What babe? The babe with a power. What power? Voodoo. Hoodoo? You remind me of the babe. Oh, good Lord. I got nothing. I'm just going to keep pushing buttons. Oh, nice pull. See, Pixelated knows what's up. Yeah, weak sauce on my end. Her face still looks like Dana Bash. Dana Bash. I might have to look that up. Maybe, is that who you were thinking earlier? CNN Anchor. Isn't that Burris one of those light up guys that folks put on their lawn during holidays? Maybe. He kind of looks like it. Star, sending her to that location must have been hard up for the ratings. Oh dear. Man, we got to do weekly movie nights. Labyrinth is classic. I know. That would be kind of fun. The babe with the power. See, I am the suck. Star. Oh boy. Alrighty. Let's go back. Back in time. All right. Now here's this guy. Byler Frostfur. Okay, I kind of like Frostfur. I like that. I don't know about Bueller, but Bueller. It's Bueller Frostfur, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Bueller? You know, he's taking a day off. but I love the sculpt work here. We've got just a tiny pot. This guy might be another one that's way up there. I love that they're all coming with this kind of stuff. The food, the fire. Like that thing demands an LED. Somebody's got to just, hopefully they left a hole in the bottom of this so we can put an LED right in there. That would be sweet. Got a frying pan. Yeah, this guy's awesome. Not a whole lot of articulation. Definitely a little dude. I love that face. I don't know why, because obviously it's got fur on it, but it's reminding me of those cats that have no fur for whatever reason. Like I say, don't know why. Yeah, there we go. Maybe it's made so an LED can go in there. Or at least here, we can explain that the LED is behind it somewhere and it works that way. Ah, that is so good. Trevor, my man, you kill it every time. Look at all this stuff, man. This thing, they tried to set it. Ooh, wait, look at that. That does look like a hole in there, ladies and gents. I wonder if it's just for this or if they really did leave it so we can put an LED in there. That would be awesome. Love the pack. Yeah, everything about this guy is pretty incredible. Oh, how did I not notice there's a tail? Obviously, there should be a tail for Bueller Frost Fur. Bueller, Bueller, Frost Fur. Yeah, this one and the dwarf guy, those guys might be necessary. I want to see, what do we have here? Looks like we're double jointed at the legs on this dude too. Not the elbows, but the knees for sure. Now let's get into what's this? Jakul Iron Bones. I like these names. They're going a little different than they usually do. Like I said, I think this one looks really cool, but the others are just kind of funnier. And I can see just having a lot more fun with those figures. So that's why this one doesn't hit me quite like those ones do. But that's not taking anything away from him. This is he's got kind of classic Frost Giant vibes. The sculpt work always is incredible on these things. But I want to see, okay, we've got double jointed elbows on this guy. I still haven't, they've all got so much detail. It's hard to see butterfly joints going on. Oh, just chilling with the bones. He's got the fire as well. Ah. Can't tell. Okay, we'll have to look on the back of him for the legs, for the knee articulation. This thing, oh man. The more I'm looking at it, the more I really like this head sculpt. That just looks wicked. That's gnarly. Yeah, I like the other one more than this one. This one is, you want to army build him a little bit. And it looks like, what do we have? It does look like maybe double jointed knees. It's hard to tell. Hang on, I'm right up on it. Maybe single jointed because of the way the paint is. I don't know, but either way, this guy doesn't look like somebody that should be able to do ninja moves anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Good stuff. I'm coming around to him the more I look at that head sculpt. Yeah, this one's pretty rad. I'm going to end up being a Mythics guy, guys, because, why not spend way more money? And then we've got Isbjorn, the deluxe beast. I just like the bears that they put together. I think they look really good. I don't know what to add there. Man. We got bear butt. That's right. That's a bear butt right there. He looks like such a happy bear, like such a nice beast. What's up, everybody? I'm just here to say hi. Oh, and then sometimes he's not so happy. Yeah, they're doing a great job with all this. We've got the barrel, we got plenty more steins. We got the tap, another pan, another pick. Oh, something to lean the pick against, I'm assuming. Oh, look at that. That looks like I don't know. It couldn't be grapes from there. Maybe it could be. Because then we've got apples here. Grapes, apples, sausages. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, and the whole setup right there. Man, guys, I don't know. I don't know. What do you do when so many of these domestic indie lines are going strong and crushing it? What do you do? How do you even triage this? There's so much good stuff and all of them for photos. I have no idea. I got absolutely nothing. Spaded one, through dangers unknown and hardships unnumbered, you have no power over me. I don't know who said that, but I just imagined that was the voice. Bump in the night. What's up, man? Sup, Toypixx? I went for the all in. Nice. Nice. That might be something I'm going to have to do for some of these one day, sometime soon. Congratulations, man. It looks like a phenomenal wave to go all in on. Sci-fi, back in the day, David Bowie would have been an excellent Joker. Mephisto. Ooh. I'm trying to figure out which one I think he'd be best at. He would have been, I think, ooh, I'm giving him Mephisto. I don't know that he might have been able to pull the Joker, but I think he'd just be a scary Mephisto. Bump in the Night, you basically comes with the accessory set since they knocked off another $25. My first all in, wasted a lot of money paying full retail on Legions. I totally understand, Bump in the Night. That makes sense to me, man. If you want them all and you go all in, you're saving a ton. Somebody said that, I can't remember who it was. It was one of the guys in the chat said earlier that the Four Horsemen said if you go all in, then you're actually saving 30% if you went all in from retail, from like general retail, like BBTS or somebody. That is a massive savings. If you decide down the line you want them all, it's better to just go all in right now for sure. I think I'm going to put the wolf figure on the polar bear. Now that's a cool combo. I bet that looks good. Spaded one, they must be planning a wave of halflings or something because there's no other reason not to show that pig with a human head. Oh, ooh, I didn't think of that. All right, well, have we need? So the all-in is the whole wave. Do they show up at once? Pixelated, hopefully somebody else can answer that. I've never gone all in. I have to think they do, but I'm not 100%. Looks like a good base for a custom death dealer. Oh, there's a lot of, oh man. Mythic Legions has a ton of good bases for a custom all the things, I think. Yeah, they showed on the stream you can add a battery to light up the fire. Also for Poopy and Giggles, the little fox guy can be the werewolf's mini-me. That's weird. Star, do their parents honestly name their kids Jakul of the Chicago Iron Bones? I mean, yeah, it seems. I don't know why they wouldn't. That's weird. What's up, Kyrus? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. What do you got, man? What do you got? What's your favorite independent toy line? See that? See that spaded one? I didn't say indie toy line that time. Ha ha! Ha ha! I got nothing. Pixelated Jakul, his parents were filthy junk traders. Oh, yeah. They were partying in the sequels. Need new Cosmic, please. Star, the Cosmic doesn't come with barrels, though. Barrels for your fine beveraging. Hell yeah. Christmas Coca-Cola pictures are coming this season. I didn't even think of that. Good call. We just need Santa hats for it. For the bear. Sci-fi pixelated, yes. Pre-orders from store horsemen usually take precedence over retail orders. Doesn't matter if it's all in or individually. There you go. Sweet. God, there's so much coming out that I need to consider. That bear needs to come with a soda bottle. Yep. I think between you and Spaded One, I think we've got a plan. We're going to need somebody to make a 112 scale Coca-Cola bottle and be good to go. The brown bear has a fluffier head. Well, yeah, but this one's more Santa-y. I got nothing. Bump in the night. Ordered this over the HasLab all day, every day. Also over the mask. Ooh. See, I'd have a tough time with the HasLab, but here's why. The HasLab comes with Flint once it hits 14,000 backers. And Flint, as everyone knows, is the leader of G.I. Joe. Now, Mask, I'm okay with missing Mask. But man, yeah, this all-in wave, this would be very cool too. So there's a lot to consider here. Kairos, I want that accessory set. Beers and food look great. I know, man. I know. It looks so good. The Horseman killed it on this. It's like ordering a HasLab. Too many cool figures. It's all good. It's all good. Hasbro, we made a breakfast kit. They're stepping it up. My one concern watching the Snowcat, hang on, Spaded One, Legions, hold my sausage. That's fair. That's fair. I think they're definitely competing. Somebody was watching what Hasbro was doing with the Snowcat, said, "Oh, we got you. We got you." But yeah, that's one thing that I'm starting to get nervous about. They talked about the one guy that retired from Hasbro. Who knows if he actually retired, but that retired from Hasbro that worked on the His Tank and the Snowcat and probably some of the others. I'm like, wait, if that guy goes, how are the other things going to look when he's gone? I don't know. I'm so mystified. I'm like, do they have somebody to carry that awesome HasLab torch? Sci-fi, I just see more white creatures of the north to add to Snowbird's menagerie of creatures. Oh, that's a good call too, Sci-fi. Oh, man. All right. All right. Bump in the night. Only so much money. I chose this over HasLab and Mask. Even though I'm heavily into classified, Mythic Plus figures have impressed me. I can't deny that, man. It's all so good. All the figures, a lot of companies, specifically the indies, are killing it. This is why my wallet slowly plans my death. Star, I had no idea that polar bears, strictly carnivorous, enjoyed so much fruit in the Arctic. Oh, polar bears, man, they party. Who needs meat when you got fruit? I got nothing. Obviously, Bum in the Night, they got 12 months and 6 months and 6 weeks. 0 interest. Oh my God. They have my money for Beathir. I wonder if they get my money for this too. Oh, that's a good call, man. It's a little bit more than 30%. Dorklair went over the savings. Really? Nice. Spaded, I want to see him reapproach horses. These new animals have ball-jointed shoulders, and I think that would really help their existing horses. I need to get a horse. I need to get Gideon's horse at least, so I can see what you're speaking of. I went over the savings in my video. Nice, Bump in the Night. All right. I like it. But Dorklair is more familiar with pricing, so his is better and more accurate. Don't sell yourself short, man. I mean, maybe his is better, but he's been doing it for a while, too. Yes, they do show up at once. That's what I think everybody was hoping. Ugh, and you get them before everyone else, man. Oh, Mythics, why? Why do you tease me so? Fruit, the other beef. Baby, the other white meat. The other white meat. Sorry, I got my fat bastard quote wrong. Bump in the Night, Dorklair stated that all-ins get precedence over all others, and the videos I've seen of the unboxing of all-ins supports this statement. All right. Bump in the Night, you know what's up. This is much appreciated. I am not sure why you and Kyle are so into Flint. I'm an old school, perhaps older than you, G.I. Joe fan, and do not remember Flint being this popular. I was a Duke bro, but much more into Cobra. Oh, Duke, bump in the night. If you're going to throw Duke out there, you have to sit in the corner, facing the corner, and think about what you did. Possibly put a dunce cap on. But yeah, man, Flint was the man. If you look at their file cards, he clearly outranked Duke. And if you read their file cards, Flint was the man and Duke was basically a principal. I mean, that's it. That's it. That's really my main argument. Plus, the figure was just way cooler. Yeah, wait a second. I don't like to see that. I knew Spaded One would chime in with something like that. People are choosing violence this late in the stream. I'm in because I can get a werewolf holding a keg of beer, yes, to his mouth that says Wolfsbane Lager to wash down all the bloody bodies he's standing over. The scene writes itself. You got, look, whose voice should we have for that? Like, I'm thinking the guy, oh man, the dude that was the villain in the Wolverine movies, or in the X-Men movies even, Stryker. That guy, whoever that guy is, his voice would work perfectly for that. Oh, there we go. Can't remember the actor's name. $41 for 12 months. That is not at all bad. I really wish they showed a smaller, more basic werewolf you could get multiples of. Well, I mean, if you order them from Four Horsemen, you can get multiples. They're just pricey, I guess, with the top shipping and handling choice. Wow, okay, so maybe even less than 41. This is killing me. Bump in the night, really? We all chose Flynn over Duke all day. Spaded One is the only descending vote here. It's weird. Boreas is a great horse. Is Boreas the one? Help me out, Mr. Madsen. Why did I can't place Boreas. And I know I was looking them all up a while back. Ironic Bionic, what's up, man? Digging this new Mythics wave, the Gnome Rocks, Facts. That's the one. That one, the Fox, and the female figure. Those three are the one having me just going, okay, those are really cool. I am not into Flint. He was a punk in the movie. A punk. You know, when it comes to the movies, they just didn't write him correctly. I mean, the movies introduced Cobra Law. Let's be honest. I mean, the movie doesn't count. The movie's not done correctly. Mr. Manson, Flint has always been better leader of Action Force. Duke was always getting captured. This is true as well. And he'd always get captured with Snake Eyes, basically so Duke wouldn't die, because with Snake Eyes there, Duke would at least be protected. Otherwise, Duke, gone. You Flint fans have been duped by a crew cut in a black shirt. No, false. Larry Hama even knew Flint was cooler. Bump in the night, you're thinking of Falcon. Yes, Falcon's a punk. That's true. I don't know why I didn't think that, but you're probably right, Mr. Madsen. Love the werewolves. Calvin Vesley, thank you for showing up. Is it Vesley? Is it Vesely? Help me out, man, but I appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, the werewolves are looking good too. It's all looking really good. And now people are trying to say the all-in is really worth it, and I'm thinking it might be. Pixelated, Duke got a concussion every other episode. This only place he led them was to the hospital. You know, that's true. And if you think of the Sumbo cartoons, okay, totally impossible. But Flint flew a Sky Striker into Cobra's base and blew it up and did a Yui and got out of there. Flint's the man. And he's not even a professional, like, he's not a fixed wing pilot guy. He's a helicopter pilot. That's how cool Flint is. Boreas is cheap too. He's like 45 to 50 from multiple places. So Boreas is that just the regular black horse? Bump in the night, there's more story for the werewolf. He has chains, etc. He looks like the stuff that he's decked out in looks sweet. Oh, snap. Yep, you came in here. You came in here looking for violence. Yes, it was Falcon. Okay, I feel better. Duke over Falcon. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I'd probably give you that bump in the night. Poor Falcon was done pretty dirty. Sci-fi, this guy's team Duke. This guy's team Flint. Me, team Stalker, baby. See, I will always, Stalker is a very close second to Flint. I always thought Stalker was cool, but Flint was just the guy. I caved in last night, Toypixx. I bought X-Transbot MP Scavenger Devastator leg. Nice, Kyrus, nice. I gotta say, I don't know if you were on with a stream where I was discussing the Hasbro Constructicons. The purple looks good, but the green, they're on the floor right now because I got to clean up back here. That's why I'm looking down. The green has kind of a soapy look, and I'm not sure I like that. But I'm going to be stoked when I can finally put together Devastator. But that X-Transbots Devastator, that thing's going to be ridiculous. Let's see, Calvin and Vesley. Okay, got it. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate it. Bump in the night. Why was I so confused? A Falcon must have been the F. Maybe bump in the night, maybe. But I'm just glad you came back around to Team Flint. Vesley, first few words are the loudest. Vesley, Calvin Vesley. Got it. Okay. Hopefully I will remember that. And if not, you just keep coming on and reminding me. Flint used the Force to blow up that Cobra base. That's right. Flint is so good. He went cross-dimensional on that. He brought in a power from a whole other galaxy, flew that Sky Striker in there, blew up Cobra base, flew back out. Afterwards, nothing. It was just another day in the life of Flint. That's just what he does. He's probably piloting the Millennium Falcon on the weekends. Stalker's my favorite. Stalker's up there. You gotta love the OG Field Commander. Just respect for that. And the man's from Detroit. I mean, that's not too far. Bump in the night. They should have done Frostbite, Windchill, Snow Sergeant Stalker, Lady J. Man, I want like that Stalker with the kayak. Oh, I want them to do that figure so bad. I'm sure he'll be a deluxe, but if they do that, I will be so stoked, man. Lady J is good. I really like Lady J and Flint. I love the whole offering they did, but I was surprised. I did think that they'd start doing some of those other guys like Windchill, maybe Iceberg in there, maybe Blizzard, but I was genuinely hoping for a Sergeant Stalker. I would have even taken a Sergeant Stalker in there over the Bivouac. Not to say the Bivouac isn't really cool. All right, what have we now? Bump of the night. Flint has so many releases already. What's he got? 1, 2. This is his third one coming up, I think, if we're talking classified. The retro that's coming out soon. Did you see the Valaverse is coming out with 3 male extras? Cool for those street thugs and background peeps. I did see that, and I can't wait to use them for like backgrounds and photos. All right, guys, we're just about done. I've got to get out of here in just a couple minutes. I wasn't thinking. I didn't know it was as late as it was. Ironic Bionic, are those extras in street clothes? They are. It looked like they were pixelated. Soft goods, but yeah. I mostly collect Marvel, specifically Toy Biz. Always like their stuff. Sad they lost the rights to make them. Was it a rights thing, or did Toy Biz just go under? I don't remember, Mr. Vesely. So I'm not sure. But yeah, I think I like Toy Biz more than Hasbro. I like the look of what Hasbro is doing now more, but Toy Biz was so experimental that if they'd been able to stay on track and still had it, the kinds of figures they started making and would have evolved to today would be the best figures on the market, bar none. All right, guys, let's go 5 more minutes, and then we're getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. Flint exists to have a romance subplot. He's 2008 Ryan Reynolds. All right, that was good. I'll take it. He's not, but I'll take it. Bivouac does not make sense, since in a blizzard or snowy element, it would have made sense in jungle or forest, not a blizzard. Hey, that's a white canopy. It totally makes sense. I see what you're saying, though, man, for sure. Ironic, Vala is also coming out with 3 women in weights and stuff. I heard that. I didn't see anything about them, but I did hear about it. Highway hominid. Dang it, Mr. Matson. How did I forget this? I do enjoy that name. Toypixx, I hope Hasbro makes more Arctic clothing, G.I. Joes, especially Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander would be cool. Stalker and Blizzard, I think, are number 1 and 2 for me. That Stalker from, what was he? Was he 89 or was he 90? And then I think Blizzard was 88. Those are like Stalker, then Blizzard, 1 and 2. I would love it if they knocked those 2 out. Those are awesome figures. I mean, they were when I was younger. I think Roadblock has the most Joe releases, and maybe Baroness has the most Cobra releases. I have no idea. Can't remember, but I think that Hasbro outbought them, though. Maybe. That could be. Pretty much. Oh, dear. Hominids. Does the new Flint come with a Stein and keg? Well, he doesn't come with it, but I've got the Stein. I don't have a keg, though. Maybe I need to just buy a barrel. Speaking of Cobra, if I tripped over a bra, does that mean I fell into a booby trap? You know what, Sci-Fi? I believe it does. Boulevard bipeds. Oh, dear. All right. And with Boulevard bipeds, ladies and gentlemen, we had quite the discussion with tonight's indie toy lines. I think they're killing it. And I think I need to get more. And now I'm sad because Mr. Stabby will be plotting my death for the foreseeable future. And I'll have to sleep with one eye open. Anyway, thanks as always to everyone for stopping by. You could have done anything tonight. You chose to hang out here with all of us nut jobs. So thanks again. And until next time, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya.